What is up? It's MTG of MTG Reviews, and today we are going to Webuycars. We're gonna check affordable cars. So yeah, just watch the whole video because it's gonna be a nice one. Dango. So yeah, going to Webuycars midstream, in which is in Centurion. We're gonna be checking cars under 100,000 rand. So here I was just arriving and they actually have a huge lot. There's a lot of cars here. There's a car for each segment. You get sedans, you get SUVs, you get buggies, you get hatchbacks, you get everything. So all the cars that I checked out had a green sticker, meaning they might have problems. For sure they do have problems. So I'll link all the DEKRA reports in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. So the first car that I checked out is this 2013 Audi Q5, which has a mileage of 125,000 kilometers, which is not bad for a normal car, but Audis are not normal cars. So Audis are really comfortable in general. They are nice cars. They are a premium brand, so you know you're getting good quality. However, with this one, there's a reason why it's priced so low. You'll see the price. Firstly, the body is not in good condition. There's inconsistent panel gaps around the car, which suggests that the car might have been involved in an accident. Actually, not around the car, but then just in front. So this car might have been involved in an accident and repaired poorly. Secondly, the paint on the bonnet has this yellow coloring, in which you might have to repaint. You're gonna need to repaint this if you're gonna buy it, which is more money. Thirdly, the wheels are chewed up. They are curved. So yeah, it's not looking good when it comes to how it looks physically. So yeah, if you're gonna buy this car, just know that it's gonna take more money out of your pocket. So approach with caution. If you know what you're doing, I'd say don't go for these cars still. There's better cars actually that you'll see on this video. So this car new was around 528,000, and now it's only worth 99,000. So it's 99,900 rands. Mainly due to the condition, because you can get a nicer version of this car in which is gonna go for more than this. So yeah, this one is low because of the condition on how it is. Let's move on to the second car. So the second car is another Audi. So it's a 2010 Audi A4 B8. If you know about the B8, man, you know. So this is a TDI, meaning it's a diesel one. I believe this is the best looking A4 ever. Not necessarily the estate in which this is. Even the sedan, they really look good. It doesn't look outdated at all. It still looks solid. And the interior was as good as you can see. It's still good even right now. I really love the sound system of this car. I mean, even the standard one. There's an option one in which is a B&O, but I believe the standard one is just as good. I think it had 13 speaker sound system, which had the bass at the back. It was crazy, man. So yeah, these are good cars, man. The suspension tuning is good as well. It's a comfortable car, but that's where the good ends with this car. So these cars are known for excessive oil consumption, and that might lead to turbocharge failing due to lack of proper oiling. And yeah, another thing that goes bad is the water pump. They usually fail. So yeah, these cars are really expensive to run. If you can buy it for cheap, but to run is gonna be really expensive. So, and parts, unlike the car, you're gonna have to buy them new. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying this car, but it really looks good. If you're gonna do an engine swap, I mean, why not go for it? That's what I'd do if I was to buy this car. So these new, they went for around 320,000, but depreciation really hit them hard due to their unreliable nature. So yeah, this one is priced at 87,900 rands. So the third car on the list is something that you might not expect, as this Yaris TS. I really like this car. I feel like out of the cars that I checked for this video, this is the one that I'd buy without even thinking twice. If I had funds to buy this, I'd buy this without even thinking twice. So these cars are a rare breed. For sure, you've never seen one on the road. I've only seen one on the road around Rustenburg back in 2021, and then this is the only second one that I'm seeing right now at Webuycars. So only 200 were brought into South Africa. So this was before Toyota had GR. So it was TS, in which stands for Toyota Sport. This car is really nice. It pumps out 98 kilowatts and 173 newton meters of torque, and that's a lot considering that this car only weighs 1000 kilograms and it had a 1.8 liter engine. And as you can see, the rims are really big for this car at 17 inches. And man, come on, you can't really hate this. Even the body is different, the bumper is different, it looks lower, it is a sportier suspension than the normal Yaris that you probably know. And yeah, another thing is that they had a push start button, and this is a 15-year-old car. They were released back in 2009. When these cars were released, the price was set at 198,000, which is basically 200,000. In which back in the day for a Yaris, it was a lot of money. So yeah, and depreciation obviously is gonna hit it because it's an old car. But then I feel like it's still it's okay. Now it's only worth 91,900 rands. Yeah, man, I'd love to own this car. So guys, just subscribe and yeah, watch my videos, man, so that I can be able to buy this car. Or you can just donate or join the membership. Yeah, just click on join. Yeah, there's different rates there. So anyways, let's move on to another proper car that you probably love. Car number 4. So this is the BMW E36. This is the 3 Series, the 320. This is the 1993 model. So the asking price on this one, it was at 89,000. And looking at the mileage, 109 kilometers, 109,000 kilometers. It's not a lot. And it's suspiciously cheap because the body looks like it's in great condition. I mean, look at the wheels. Perfection. It's running on this 17 inches. These wheels are beautiful. So as I said, it's suspiciously cheap. So I checked out the DEKRA report, in which you can, as I've said, check out in the description below. It had few problems, but what caught my eye is the rust on the chassis. So it has a rusted chassis, in which is a big deal if you don't know what you're dealing with. Especially another thing was the CV joints. They were worn out and the engine appears to be leaking oil. So yeah, you're gonna need to spend more money to put this back in mint condition. But for what this car is, man, it's really good. That's if the mileage is accurate as well. But then it really is a good car. I'd do a manual swap on it to make it more fun, but yeah, it really is a good car. So okay, another BMW, car number 5. So this is the 2011 BMW 1 Series. So this is the E87, and which is the first gen of the 1 Series. And it's the later models of the first gen, because the F Series, in which is the second generation, was introduced, I think 2011 or 2012. So yeah, these are the later ones. So these cars actually usually have a problem with the timing chain and the thermostat and the water pump as well. However, these are solid cars. They are really comfortable. So another thing that I only noticed after shooting is that this car doesn't have a left rear view mirror, and the tires are in a bad condition. So yeah, you must really factor in that before buying a used car, the tire condition, because you'll end up spending more money in making the car usable. So yeah, the body is not in a bad state. It just needs touch-ups there and there. As you can see here on the B pillar, there's a bit of residue, but yeah, it looks like a solid car from what I can see. But it's not really that perfect. You might need to spend more money to make it really good. So I couldn't find a price of this one new, but then I think they were sold around 230,000 when new, and now it's going for 62,900 rands, which is actually not bad. You might just need to spend more than that, or just right about the same money for it to be in the mint condition. So car number 6, I'm pretty sure that you see the pattern right now. Audis usually resale for cheap. So this is the 2009 Audi Q7, in which the mileage is at 364 and 200 kilometers. Yeah, and this thing is huge. It uses a V6 diesel. So you get a lot of torque, and these were opulent cars when they came out. I believe it still is. It's just outdated. It had 176 kilowatts and 550 newton meters of torque, in which you get in sports cars. That's a lot of torque, and it's all-wheel drive since it's a quattro. These are known for their strong and robust engines. As you can see, this has been on the road actually. 364,000 kilometers is a lot. but it does have common issues, in which is the timing chain tensioner failing, in which can lead to severe engine damage. And another thing is the DPF, the diesel particulate filter. It clogs up, in which is not a Q7 problem, it's just a diesel car problem. So yeah, just look out for that. And another thing in which I believe this car has a problem with is the air suspension. So these came with air suspension, and it's an old air suspension. It's been 15 years for sure. It's failing right now. So if you were to buy this car, I'd say replace it with a conventional springs and shocks suspension. That's more reliable and less expensive to get. So yeah, I'd say you do that if you were to buy this car. And these cars were around 700,000 when new, back in 2009. Yeah, when money was still moneying. Now for 700,000 you're getting a GTI. You're not even getting a GTI for that money. So yeah, now it's worth around 10% of what it was back then, in which is 77,900 rands. Crazy. Yeah, let's jump into the last car, in which is the Mercedes-Benz ML 320 CDI from 2007. This car has covered 256,000 kilometers. Yeah, so if you know, you know, man. Mercedes are known for luxury and comfort. As you can still see in the interior, it's still in good condition. However, this is a luxury old car. It's a luxurious old car, right? Meaning that if something goes wrong, it's gonna be expensive to fix, because parts you're buying new, you're not buying used parts just like the car. So there's some things to look out for as well when buying this one. They usually have glow plug issues, leading to difficulties when you want to start the car, especially when it's cold. So yeah, check out for that, and then check for oil leaks as well. And make sure you just test drive it before committing into buying it. Make sure that the transmission, especially if it's the automatic, make sure that the transmission shifts seamlessly. It's all nice. And one thing that I've been saying about diesel cars, in which affects this one as well, is the DPF clogging up. So watch out for that as well. These cars new were around 650,000, in which was a lot back in the day. However, this one is priced at 66,900 rands, in which is about 10% of what it was back then. And yeah, that's the power of depreciation, man. It gets you good cars, but then they're still expensive to run. So yeah, that's all for today. Let me know in the comment section if you really like these videos. I actually have more lined up. Yeah, I'll post these on Tuesdays, and I'll post the regular ones on Fridays. So I'll be uploading twice in a week. And yeah, just subscribe and make sure you catch all of them. Danko.